Hey, Pastor Steve Waldron here, New Life Pentecostal Church, Albany, Georgia. A book I'm previewing today. I can't wait to, Lord willing, read this book one day. You know, I was raised in the gospel by a missionary, so to speak, Brother Latta. And so Brother DeMerchant's story, his personality has always kind of, I don't know what you say, just kind of fit with what I'm used to. And so Brother DeMerchant went to Brazil, the Manaus part of Brazil, in 1965, I think. And Brother Latta, he was a missionary pilot as well, went to Africa around the same time. And so they started churches all up and down the Amazon River. I think there was like a 400-mile stretch. And so now there's like over 400,000 Pentecostal believers up and down the Amazon River. There are dozens, if not hundreds, of apostolic Bible institutes up and down. Brother Raymond Woodward just told me he named every Bible college Apostolic Bible Institute because that's where he went. Up and down the Amazon River. And so like my pastor's been, he just passed away. My current pastor, Brother Mooney, has been there. Of course, Brother Woodward, I think, has been. And so he'd go on these little biplanes. And so that was kind of cool. So we'll just open it. Let you see the table of contents. They were telling me a funny story at Georgia camp. It was actually Brother Woodward telling the story, and how one of the tribes they had gone and witnessed to gave them a pig. And so it's, you know, you can't not take the pig. It's a huge insult to not take the pig. I'll let you be looking to what the print size and all that. Pentecostal Publishing House does phenomenal with readability and print size, by the way. Let me just say that. And so they tied the pig to like the wing or the place where, you know, the skis that these float planes go on. One of the two. And so one of the passengers looked out and said, "Hey, the pig's not there." And they're like, "Oh, the pig's fallen off." And then they saw the pig swing in front of the plane, and it had a rope tied around its belly, and it's like, "Wah!" And so they had to fly the whole way with that poor pig dangling and swinging like that. And so then he has to land on the river. They think, well, the poor pig's going to die for sure. If I understood the conclusion of this story correctly, the pig didn't die. They saved the pig as well. So that's just one of the things. Brother DeMerchant, I mean, he saw angels. One time he was so sleepy, he fell asleep at the where the plane was, and then when he woke up, he said it was 10, 15 minutes later, he looked over and there was a man sitting in the cockpit, fully dressed in a pilot's uniform, and just winked at him, you know, stuff like that. He had a tragic plane accident there. Somebody passed away another time, and you know, but he was just kind of a dry person. He just would get up and tell stories and not say a lot. You know, he's from Canada, just kind of understated, Eastern Canada, and then just, okay, I need to sit down. So anyhow, I would recommend this book to anybody. I have personally benefited by the biographies from Pentecostal Publishing House, and especially the missionary biographies, but all the biographies from Pentecostal Publishing House. I haven't read a bad one, and they are deeply impactful. So I guess they have good editors. The print, like I said, the print size is just great. So you have Clipped Wings, Tug of War, Flight Preparations, The Proving Ground, Aliens in a Strange Land, Faith in Him Who Calleth, The Denuded Rooster, Flying a Turtle, The Mission Takes Wing, Rescue on the Albany River, Wild Indians, A Herring Story. Because, you know, he got really in with the government there in Brazil also, because they were reaching people that even the Brazilian government had never reached before. They didn't even know the tribes were out there. He would just fly up and down. See, going overhead, you could see, okay, there's an encampment there. And you know, many years ago in Central South America, like the Gates of Splendor, Elizabeth Elliot, I mean, like people, maybe cannibals or something, ate Elliot, or killed them anyhow. I'm not sure if they were cannibals or not. Maybe that's more Papua New Guinea. My sister was a missionary replacement in Papua New Guinea back in the 80s, and who she replaced had been eaten by cannibals in New Guinea. So that was kind of interesting. But anyhow, getting back to this, so they really counted on Brother DeMerchant to kind of keep track with everything that's going down there. Brother Mooney said he would go to their general conferences up and down. They had more than one. He said there'd be like 2,000 people come out, because again, he was the only missionary of any faith reaching these people. And as my pastor used to say, who would know? I mean, my pastor beaten 3 times for the gospel. I mean, just incredible stuff in his life, being in Liberia, 25 miles from the nearest dirt road and all this. He was a flight pilot as well. But said, nobody, maybe to our knowledge, since the Apostle Paul's done more for God than Bennie DeMerchant. So, highly recommend this book. Can't wait to get into it. Kind of a preview here. So, God bless. Talk with you later in Jesus' name.